SFMF Live Sunday. God bless everyone. I'll pull you up on screen here, and then we're going to get after it. We got some great topics today. If you saw the last two shorts, I don't remember what day I did them, some great comments. We're going to talk about some of them because the last two were huge. The community involvement in those two, amazing. We're going to talk about those today as soon as I pull this up on screen. All right. Why is it not pulling up? Which one is it?
Refresh.
And we are
I can see all my
fresh. You can see it? Usually a new one pops up. Is that it? Oh, it is. What's not? Check mic. Check 1, 2. All right. Do we have sound? Are we live? Oh yeah. That's mine just for power. Not yet. Yeah, we're
I
good.
don't know if I can make this bigger like I can another one.
Oh, come on, son. All right. Welcome, everybody. We are live. Are we sideways or straight up? Is anyone here? Can you see? I can't see anyone if anyone's here. Is the live chat? Check 1, 2. Give me a mic check. Here we go. SFMF Live Sunday. We got some great stuff to talk about. Here's the topics for tonight. I'm on live chat. Yours is different. Yeah, like it's either 1 or 2. 1 or 2. Here we go. Topics for tonight. Can you hear me? First one, mental prep. Got this from church today too, and we're going to talk about that in the end. I even have some bonus material if we have time. So I'm going to watch the clock. I see the clock over there, and I'm not. Oh, am I? Oh, did you see that? Why does it want to turn away from me?
Maybe it's girl.
Are there chats? Because I don't see any. If there is, not yet. Okay. All right, here we go. Topics for tonight. SFMF Live Sunday night. Welcome everybody. We're a week away, first of all, from the 4th of July. I can't wait for that. That's going to be great. I'm going to ask everybody how they're celebrating the 4th of July. Should I put it closer in front of me? Or can I talk loud? Oh, talking to the mic. Step up to the mic. Is that what you're trying to say? All right, Adam East, good. Check. Hello, Fox. We live. What does SFMF stand for? It says meaning 13 alpha. Anybody can anyone tell 13 alpha? SF, as we know, means Semper Fi. Everybody knows that. Oh, I talk about that. There was another. Can I have my pen? Another stolen valor. I don't know if anyone watches Jameson or Nikki MG TV. Another stolen valor, but it wasn't really. I don't think this one was. I don't know. It's an interesting story. You got to watch it because he was completely. He didn't even try. He was so far out of regulations, wearing desert camis in the airport, but just a complete washout. And he didn't know anything. He just got confrontational. So did the Marine calling him out on it, though. If that Marine could have been a little more calm and cool, he could have got some answers out of this guy. But he was just confrontational from the get-go. And he clearly wasn't a Marine, had never been a Marine. He's wearing like a do-rag and a ball cap and no rank, no name tags. Boots weren't blue. He was a complete mess. All right, but we'll get into that. So, meaning, SF stands for Semper Fi. And if you're not a Marine, obviously in 13 Alpha, that sounds like an Army MOS. So hang out, stay focused, mission first. That's pretty good from the producer. Ray from Queens is here. Information Semper Fi. Good to see you, Ray. Gunny, you saw that? that Marine, right? Again, that was a different stolen valor. He at no point did he try to play it off. It seemed like, and I was watching it while I was doing something else, and I couldn't even watch it. That's how bad this was. You see some stolen valor, and I think some are sometimes mentally ill people, and they're just not right in the head. I don't think this guy was that, but he was just way off the mark, and it was like in Chicago or something. So not in a military town. I don't know. It was odd. I didn't watch the rest. All right, K-Lock, Semper Fi. Meanie is in the UK. Semper Fi My Friend is one of the very common meanings, and that's what this channel is. So hang out with this meaning and check it out. See if there's something you like. We got a couple UK here. In fact, Carrie Ann Marie Potts will be here shortly. Maybe you know her. She'll be on here shortly. Randy's here. What's up, Randy? Hello to you and Ellie. Going to start. USMC retired. Era. What's up, Jarheads? There's Helen. Hello. Hey. Did you go to San Diego or the island for basic? Hollywood Marine, where the mountains are. Mount Mother, you know what? And Mount Mother, what's the other one? The Reaper. Did more of the Reaper. Did the Reaper as a recruit. Did the Mount Mother and the Reaper as a drill instructor. So been on top of all those hilltops over there. Mountain tops. Let's not fool anybody. Those are mountains. Ray from Queens says, I've seen Space Force Boot Camp on YouTube. Have you? I don't even know if we ever looked that up when Annie Benani was going through training and stuff, getting ready. I don't know if we watched Space Force Boot Camp. I'm assuming it's a lot like the Air Force, right? Kind of like Club Med summer camp. Did they have a drop? Did they have a Hell Week? Did they have a session, or did it go right into? Because the Air Force does for a couple hours when they first get off the bus. They're pretty firm and fair, but then by the end of the night, they're mentoring. Army, I think theirs probably lasts a day or two of the high stress. It's the same boot camp or Navy. I think the initial culture shock, I think all drill instructors, drill sergeants, TIs, I think they're called in the Air Force, I think they feed off that initial culture shock and they get after it. Like, hey, it's real. You're really here. Kind of shake it off. The mental prep, funny, because that's our main topic, our number one topic, mental prep for boot camp. So interested now, Ray. I'm going to watch it after the show. What do you think of it? Space Force Boot Camp. Meanie was in the British Army in 2008. Awesome. Glad you're here, brother. Seriously, hang out. And we welcome everybody. William Berry, do they have boot camp at 29 Palms? Ooh, can you imagine that? Boot camp at 29 Palms. They don't. That would be pretty brutal. In the dead of the summer or the cold of the winter, those would be the worst time. But it's not 29 Palms, but 29 Palms, in my opinion, a lot of opinion on here, a lot of people's opinion, is the best training area in the world. All right. Was it there? Hoorah. The other gunny, retired gunny, likely exempt from boot camp when I reincarnated as a Space Force Marine. Smith, Brandon, boot camp today is a joke. Absolute joke. When did you graduate? Shirley. Let's hear that so we can compare. Brandon Shirley? Oh, Shirey. Brandon Shirey. When did you graduate? 1991. So that was a long time ago. Were you a drill instructor after? Or do you know recruits that went through? Lay Cookie. Good evening, Sergeant Major and crew from the sand dunes of Idaho. Good on you, Lay Cookie. Get after it. 7 weeks long, wannabe Marines. All right. So they put some stress on them, Ray, in Space Force boot camp? I hope so. Again, the closest to the Marine Corps boot camp out of all the services is the Coast Guard. And about 20 years ago, that's what they did. They mirrored Marine Corps boot camp. It's not nearly as intense, but it's the closest one. and all the way through. Not me says boot camp on Worm Island off San Diego. Graduated 75. Worm Island. All right, MCRD sound out. Drop your emoji down below, San Diego or Paris Island. Got a young man interested in CBs today. CBs are awesome. Absolutely. Worked with them many times as an engineer. They're awesome. Marine combat engineers, again, our construction skill level is expeditionary, right? We're going in, create something to take some lives, right? Protect some lives and then move on. CBs build construction for long periods. Ours is 3 months. I think that was the mantra back then, like Desert Storm, when we were doing a lot of vertical construction. 3 months, expeditionary. We don't build chow halls and barracks and medical facilities. We just don't do all that. We build strong backs, keep moving, obstacle destruction. So the CBs, when you need something done like that, we call them the CBs. Guys, 3 years with the CBs in Gulfport, New Mexico, Louisiana. Where's Gulfport? All right. Key John, don't be shy. We don't bite. William Berry, I heard CBs work seriously hard. And every experience I had, I even did a corporate gold or one of those trips to Thailand, worked with the CBs. Amazing. Gulfport, Mississippi. Is that MS? Am I getting close with my geography? Seaweed in the embassies too. The CBs. Finished boot camp October 07 from Paris Island. Get on you. Good on you, Smith. Mississippi. All right. I got it. I'm getting there. All right. Welcome, everybody. Good to see you. Well, let's prayers up. It is Sunday. Had a great day of church today once again. Parking details on point. Got everybody parked safely in the building. The service today was another guest pastor who, strangely enough, 20 years ago, they met 20 years ago when they're in youth group, and the pastor met this guy's wife first. She was in a youth group, whatever. Then she started pastoring for the kids. And long story short, 20 years later, he's married now with 4 kids. And part of the message he started at, a lot of times they relate the day's message to a life experience. And that's what he did today. And it was great. Really was great. And I'm going to get into that here in a little bit. And just about opening your heart up. That's what he had to learn. Didn't know how to do it. But you got to ask the question, why? Or how do I do this? And depending on who you ask, depends on what you're getting ready to do. He's talking about life and marriage and kids. Who do you think he turned to? God. God, help me. What do I do? Right? Talked about his first baby with, poop coming out of the back of the diaper, hadn't slept, and they're both trying to catch a few minutes of sleep, and still the baby won't stop crying. And what are we doing wrong? Is it hungry? And that was me. I did it all. Let my wife sleep after. So the first 6 months ago or so from our first kid or year, I was like, man, baby sleeps through the night. She's great, right? That's Kimi Cocoa Puff, slept through the night. No, come to find out, I slept through the night. The baby was not. So I should ask God that question. How do I do this? What help me beyond what I thought, what I was getting myself into? And that's the message today. That's how the pastor related it to the first time of something. So of course, me thinking the Marine Corps, how can I relate that to the Marine Corps? Boot camp. You got to ask those questions. You got to open up your heart to ask those questions, not just everyone around you. And I did a short on that, and people were saying, ask your recruiter. Someone would say, don't talk to your recruiter because they don't know what they're talking about. You talk to as many people as you possibly can, right? Ideally, you would like to talk to someone who just graduated, and even better, a drill instructor or a former drill instructor, someone who's been there and done that. with all that information, the moment you step on the yellow footprints, still going to be different. So we'll talk about that. That is our topic. First, mental prep as prior to going to boot camp. Yep, mental prep. First topic. Second topic, advice for active duty. Quotes, advice for active duty. And I put advice in quotations, air quotes, for a reason. You'll see shortly when we start talking about it. Advice for active duty. That's topic number 2. Number 3 is mental prep post Marine Corps. So after the Marine Corps, whether you did 4 years or a career, the mental prep, you got to start a year out. And not everybody had that opportunity or will have that opportunity because things change, right? My first enlistment, I thought I was going to get out. I was trying to sort of mentally prepare, but I wasn't. I didn't. And then I ended up staying in a few more times. So mental prep before boot camp, advice for active duty, mental prep post Marine Corps. And again, if we have time, what makes a Marine go to minimum regs? That's the bonus material. If we get to that, what makes a Marine go to minimum regs? I'm gonna save that one. I'm gonna save that one for the end. I'm gonna make sure we hit it. All right, Doc Holiday. What's up, Doc? Just want to stop by and say hello on the way to the 4th of July parade. Producer, check a little video I sent over. God bless all. God bless you, Doc. Enjoy the parade. Love this time of year. Absolutely love it. What? What? I got a membership. Shoot, Kimi Cocoa Puffs got a membership. About time. You better thank Randall. Happy 250th, Antonio. Safe and happy 4th of July, 250 years, go America, era. From guns. Antonio, if I was qualified to go through boot camp one more time, you imagine? Yes, Randy sent those. Thank you, Randy. 10 free gift memberships. Thanks. Look at all those new members, to include yours truly, Kimi Cocoa Puffs. Oh. Oh, I can't say that? Oh, come over here and say it. Boom. That looks good. Those are good. Those are good. Smith, mental for going to boot camp. Don't sleep for 2 days and try to work out in sand all day. That's a little mental and physical. We had a buddy, family, friend getting ready to go to Army basic training. And I told him, if it's anything like Marine Corps, which it's a little bit, I told him that, no. I'll just all of a sudden, he's like, yeah, I'm going to stay up for like 3 days. I'm going to starve myself. I'm going to run in the rain. I'm going to do all these, I'm going to do all these miserable things when it's freezing. I'm going to sleep outside when it's freezing cold. Good on you and good intentions, but still to this day, you can't convince me to train for that kind of misery. That's where discipline comes from. That's where self-discipline comes from. That's what you learn in boot camp. You adapt and overcome, right? I mean, that's just, there's no two ways about it. Marines can adapt to any situation. So should you stay up for 2 days and work out in the sand all day? Working out in the sand, I can see, because that's, taking freezing cold showers. I don't recommend any of that, because what if you take cold showers, freezing cold showers for a week, and it never happens? You want to say, well, I was prepared to. Better to be prepared. Different kind of training. I'm not, even before going to Bridgeport, I didn't train sleeping in the snow prior to going to Bridgeport, even swimming. I got in the pool and did swimming exercise. So don't go crazy. Don't try to sleep, deprive yourself and food deprivation to a point where then you're not going to want to go. So I don't believe in going to the field only when it rains, because chances are it's going to rain. Just be prepared for it. That's where you need to plan out how you can prepare for sleeping in the field when it's raining. Waterproof all your stuff. Waterproof your socks. T-shirts, underwear, extra camis, each boot, waterproof, the heck out of all of them. That's how you prepare. I'm not going to sleep in the woods to get ready to go sleep in the woods. Because what if you don't have to? All right. Let me get caught up. Have a what? PD Storm is here. What's up, PD? You adapt to the cold showers and it stops being miserable. So the training won't prepare you for boot camp over time. The training effect of cold showers will have diminishing returns. I'm with you. My biggest point is, what if you never have to take cold shower? Chances are you probably will. And you deal with it. The discipline you learn in boot camp will help you deal with that, period. Because I've taken some freezing cold showers, taken some even hot showers when in the heat when we had. So you are going to go through some miserable times. I had a buddy, we were just talking about it. We did working somewhere out of town, and his son is thinking about joining the Marines. And his advice to his son is, it's going to be miserable. This is a Marine. This is a life career Marine telling his son it's going to be miserable, because that's a fact. It's just how you deal with that misery. That's what builds the bonds. That's what builds the camaraderie, that shared misery. So even your recruiters, God bless them, they're not going to tell you the deep down darkest of miserable times, but it's going to happen. They should tell you, yes, you're going to have some rough times. You're going to be without sleep, without food, without warm showers. All those things are going to happen. And when they're happening, they absolutely suck. And you can whine, complain, and moan and bitch about it all you want, because those make for great stories later. That's exactly what that does, and that's what Marines do. Remember that time? Remember that time? Remember that time? Remember that time? Oh, it was miserable. Going through it, never fun. That's where embrace the suck. Is that what you said? Embrace the suck, right? And those are those, yes, suck it up. Those times, I'm telling you that I just recently told a story about being on White Beach in Camp Pendleton, pouring rain, setting up our GP tent to sleep in. We didn't even bust out the cots. We were sleeping in the mud, and then the whole GP tent fell over, pouring rain on us. And all I wanted to do was lay there. I just wanted it to be the next day. And that's when nights are just, if hands, fingers, everything's pruned up, because it's going to happen. So especially your first couple years is going to be miserable. No, don't let anyone tell you different. But then it goes back to, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want that title? All right. Here we go. Mental prep. And we're kind of just going into it right there. Mental prep for boot camp. Again, and it coincided with today's message at church. This was a young pastor. He's in his 40s now, because he started his ministry at when he graduated high school. So I'm guessing 18, right? And he's been married for 20 years now, has 4 kids. Later, now he is a pastor of his local church. He's been there for like 3 years, so he's moving up in the industry, if you will. And the message is to open up your heart. How's that saying go? Busy hands keeps a soft heart. I didn't understand that. Is that how it went? Busy hands keep the heart soft, or something like that. Somebody know. If somebody knows it, put it up here. And that goes right along on the lines of, you got to always be asking questions, right? You got to ask questions. That's what he wished he would have asked more questions about being married. He thought he was going to be married, or he thought he was going to do well at being married. And they did, obviously, 20 years. That's great, but it was difficult. It's not always good. So ask the questions. Pray about it, right? That's a common theme when things are going wrong, things are going bad. Pray about it. My biggest contention with that is, don't forget to pray after, right? Once it does work out, once you received what you prayed for, continue to pray, right? And that's when your hands stay busy, your heart stays soft, right? That's what we want. We want a soft heart, right? And I'm talking about beta male type of stuff. It's just having a soft heart with an open valve so you can receive. All right. What do you say? A punctured heart is the only one that's open. Man, I'm telling you, and they are recorded, so I should watch them again. She's gonna look. Busy hands keep for a soft heart. That just means you got to continue working, continue going after it, continue talking to God, not being religious, not once a week, and he kind of called everybody out. And there's, if this hurts your feelings, it hurts your feelings. If the shoe fits, wear it. Are you that weekend warrior? Are you a rower? Do you come on Sundays and Sunday only? You have a sinful week, or you just don't follow, you don't talk to God, you don't ask God throughout the week until you come back in on Sunday. Busy hand makes for a soft heart. That means continue your conversations. Don't be religious. Have a relationship with God.
It says that when you have a pierced heart, that's the only way to let the Holy Spirit in.
When you have a pierced heart, that's the only way you can allow the Holy Spirit in, right? That's your only open valve, is when you have a pierced heart, letting the Holy Spirit in. Discuss those things constantly. And everyone prays different at different times, different methods, right? I used to believe, and he was even told once, "Oh, you're not praying right." But I was told many more times, everyone prays different. I talk to God all day, all night, whenever. And are there times that I get on my hands and knees, or just my knees, I guess, and pray hands together, just like you would envision somebody? Sure. But have that relationship with God that you can talk to him anytime you want, because he's always listening. All right. Kaiser, appreciate you. I love your positivity, sir. Good advice. Don't pray when it rains on you. Don't pray when the sun shines on you. Don't pray when it rains on you if you don't pray when the sun shines. That's awesome. Richard Nixon said that. Thanks, Randy. Don't pray when it rains on you if you don't pray when the sun shines. Huge. That's Randy said that. That is very good. From Richard Nixon, President Nixon. Multiple combat tours. Got it. And I was just religious enough to ask chaps to come. Chaps, bless us before we go. 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 As soon as we got back and got all my fingers and toes, got all my Marines, hit the rack, wash up, get ready for the next patrol. Never once stopped to thank God for just watching over us, sending his angels down to watch over us. Huge, huge mistake all these years. That's why I never had that relationship with God. So I like that. Don't pray when it rains on you if you don't pray when the sun is shining. That's awesome. All right. The Wade Experience is here. Good afternoon, brother. God is in charge. Amen. That's from Husaful. Going to pin that one for a bit. Randy, yes. Thank you, Randy. All right. So the mental prep before boot camp, again, in the short that I did, talk to people, find out what you're getting yourself into. With today's technology, kids today have way more avenues, more things to look at, to read, to watch. Oh, yeah, way more distractions as well. I was going along the lines of there's resources. There's no way anyone should show up to any boot camp in any branch of service without knowing just about exactly what's going to happen. Doesn't mean that when you step on those yellow footprints, you got it all figured out, because just like Mike Tyson says, everyone has a great plan until you get punched in the face. That's what Friday in boot camp, when you get dropped to your platoon, your training platoon, that's what's happening. You're getting punched in the face by 4 drill instructors, not literally. And then it's chaos all over again. So that mental prep you did before boot camp, learning as much as you possibly can. We talk about being physically fit, mentally tough, study general order, study Marine Corps knowledge, right? Marine Corps history, right? You can study the training schedule from forming days to training days all the way to graduation. You can see exactly what's happening on T-Day 46. Swim qual, whatever it is. There's no reason not to know. Should be no surprises when you get to boot camp. That doesn't mean you're mentally prepared. Chaos. It's going to be controlled chaos no matter how much you know. So, point is, much better to go with that information so it's not the first time you're hearing about it, first time you're seeing it, and all of a sudden, why is this guy yelling at me? Why are these 4 guys yelling at me with spit coming out of their mouth and I didn't do anything wrong? The mental prep is 100% on you, right? It's when you realize that, yes, they're trying to make you into a United States Marine in 13 weeks. That's not a long time. So it's going to be physically and mentally intense. So mentally prepare yourself. Again, don't get any sleep deprivation. Don't eat MREs for 3 months. None of that's going to help you. It's the mental part of how you react to those chaotic moments. How do you react to the not moving fast enough, not sounding off loud enough? The 2 biggest things: move fast and sound off. Where's our guns at? Gunny Rod. Until they did a leadership forum with him. Him and I were talking to some cadets, and he said, "Here's number 1 right here: move fast and yell loud." Boom! I mean, he nailed it. The answer to the test: move as fast as you can and yell as loud as you can. Everything else will come into play. Look at JP, Joshua Payne. What's up, brother? How many miles are we running on Saturday morning? Let's go. We just ran 6. Right now, me and Kimi Cocoa Puffs, 6.1 something. Boom. Let's go. Saturday, is that 4th of July? How many do you want to run? 250? I don't know if you can hang. How about 25.0? That'll be 250. Let's do it. You in? Kimi Cocoa Puffs? JP, bring it. Yep.
Yeah, Joshua.
Let's go. I'm down 25. I mean, that would. We are on October 25th doing a marathon. JP, you in? Marine Corps Marathon, October 25th. Let's go. We're already signed up. We started our training today, which is better. Usually I start training about a week before. So I'm going to start every weekend. We're going to just increase the mileage. Ball Smitty's here. What's up, Ball Smitty? What are you doing for summer? You better be training. Where are you going to school? All right. LA, Thorn, the Martian. Hey, man, my pop's a Marine. He's been in and out of the rehab hospital due to multiple strokes, has 2-class lung, COPD, cataracts, short-term memory is jacked, but long-term is okay. Any advice? Do exactly what the doctors say. Is he at a VA hospital? I don't. That's a lot to handle all at once. How old is he? I also lost my mom to cancer. Sorry to hear about June 19th. That was just the other day. Sorry to hear that. Brother, hang out. You're in a safe place here. Man, that's tough. Ray out. Watch the rest tomorrow morning. God bless. Ray, thanks for stopping by, brother. Appreciate you. And we're going to talk about you as soon as you leave. Thorn. Sorry, brother. Hope she's resting in power right now. She's watching down on you, watching over Pops. If the VA, he's 77 years old. The VA. Get with the local VSOs, Marine Corps League. If there's one near you, VFW, so they can help out as well. Anything that you or he needs in your siblings, if you have siblings. Sorry to hear that. Hang out with us, though, and ask these questions. That's what everyone's here for. G Money, great question. If a Lance Corporal does a tour in MSG, then does a 20-year career in the Corps, would his time on MSC duty as a non-rate count towards a B billet as a staff NCO? That's a great question. That is very good. So going to B billet is not a requirement. Going on a B billet is not a requirement. So you don't have to. it's highly encouraged for promotion. So will it count when he's later up for promotion to staff sergeant? Yes, it will. It definitely will get briefed on everything that he does. They could even put it in his fitness report in section I's. Section I comments from the his reporting senior reviewing officer. So yes, technically it does count because it's not a requirement. There's been Marines get up to senior enlisted, sergeant major and master guns without doing a B billet. What a B billet does is make you that much more competitive because you got to figure the other 99% of staff NCOs have been on a B billet, DI recruiting, MSG. So the rank he's at, they're at when they do that B billet doesn't matter. I did my B billet as a sergeant, and I kept throwing that B billet out there all the way up to sergeant major. Great question, G Money. Lance Corporal does a tour on MSG, 20-year career. That time on MSC duty count 100%. Great question. Ball City, UTSA bound. They're like top 10% for cybersecurity, so no big. All I'm doing this summer is working in investing. UTSA, and you can still transfer, right? That UTSA is good. Think about transferring somewhere bigger. All right, mom's 72. She battled stage 4 ovarian cancer for 9 years. The Martian, man, I can't tell you. Pray on it. Sniper Freak, I received your email with no primary address on it. That's for the producer. Oh, she got you. She'll get that to you right now. I'll be right back. Oh, she's doing it right now. All right. G Money, thanks, Sergeant Major. My cousin, the Marine, I'm referring to reference MSG and a 20-year career. I know he wasn't on the drill field nor a recruiter. Again, B billet's a B billet. Doesn't matter, and it's not required. It's just good. If you could do 2 B billets, even better. And in fact, when I was going for first sergeant, right, that was the biggest thing. At that time, during my era, everyone kept saying, if you weren't a drill instructor, you'll never be a first sergeant. Not true, of course, because none of them are required. It's the needs of the Corps at that time. It's your background. It's what you've done. They're gonna select the right ones for first sergeant. They're gonna select the right ones for master sergeant. Most of the time, it does happen. What is the B billet? Army doesn't have B billets. Excuse me. Yes, thank you, WW. Good to see you. A B billet is special duty. I don't know why they call it B billet. Why is it called a B billet? B billet is special duty. Drill instructor, recruiter, combat instructor at SOI, MSG duty. There's other special duties. Again, I was a Mike 7 Alpha. I was a swim instructor. The big 4, though, are DI recruiting, combat instructor, and MSG. Those are the big 4. So when you're, again, working your way up the promotion ladder, so all the other ones matter too, but they look for the big 4 special duty. It's called special duty, B billets. WW, how you been? USMC 5812. That's a copper. MPs. What is better, getting out and going to college as a civilian or Marine? MESEP program. It's another good question. WW, you got something on that? We got any Mustangs in here? What's better, getting out and going to college as a civilian or Marine MESEP program? I'm going to say Marine MESEP because I'm pro-Marine. Why do you want to go to college as a civilian would be my question. And then work in the civilian community and use your GI Bill? Is that your question? Or because why wouldn't you just stay in as an active duty Marine, go to college, get paid to go to college as an active duty Marine, so you're still getting your Marine pay and commit to being a Marine officer, right? Am I getting your 2 choices right? 100% stay in, continue for your retirement. I don't see a reason to get out at all. All right. WW's in Busan. Where is that? Oh, yeah. Oh, Busan. Yeah. Potato. Busan, Korea. All right. Kadena. This is Carl on my alternate account. Oh, okay. Sniper. She knew. I I knew, but I forgot. Carl, good to see you, brother. Kaiser Wilhelm asks, I've seen someone do ITB instructor, MSG, DI, and recruiter. This guy really loved it. I wanted to do them all also. I just ran out of time. Combat kind of got in the way. But I did want to do them all. What they do say about that, though, Smith or Kaiser, what you'll hear some people say about it, that's a great point. He did B billet, B billet, B billet, B billet, B billet, a little MOS time, B billet, a little MOS time, B billet, a little. What's his MOS, right? He or she has zero MOS credibility. So when it comes time for promotion, certainly as a master sergeant, I mean, like, he may get passed over altogether because he or she has never spent any time in their MOS. Same with earning your degrees off-duty education while you're active duty. Yeah, bachelor's, 100%. You definitely should. Anything above a bachelor's, you got to time it perfectly, and you have to continue to give as much to the Marine Corps, right? If you got a gunny working on his doctorate, how much time is he spending with his Marines if he's working on his doctorate? If he can, by all means, more power to him or her. But how much time, what good of a Marine leader is he at leading his Marines if he's working? Because going for a doctorate ain't easy. So just keep that in mind. All right. Busan South, that's Korea. Again, I must have never been to Busan. I've been to Busan. PD, on the GI Bill, you'll likely need to juggle jobs during the summer semesters to keep your lifestyle afloat. Might as well stay active duty. There you go. Did you do a Med or Westpac? I did a Westpac. 31st Mu. Don't anyone say 30 worst, because I loved it. The 31st Mu was great. MECEP versus ROTC is what I meant. MECEP versus ROTC. That's a good one. Annie Benani, if you don't know, our daughter's in ROTC right now. Texas A&M, Aggies, gig 'em, killing it. Absolutely loves it, 100%. When USMC Cece, our other daughter, she was going to do reserves and then go to college. So still, with that being in mind, you're already active duty, 5812. I would say stay active duty and go MECEP. As much as I love the ROTC program, I think wow, that's a good question. Anyone else have advice for that? MECEP, you have to use your GI Bill. ROTC, you can apply for scholarships. Annie Benani got a full ride scholarship on that. So you can apply. Sergeant Major can be a combat instructor as E9. No, WW. I cannot be a combat instructor. I could have gone to the school and been the school sergeant major, but not a combat instructor. I personally could be, but yeah, there's no billet for a sergeant major as an instructor. But definitely there's a sergeant major down there who oversees all the instructors, so that would have been cool too. MedFloat with the Kearsarge. The boat sounds familiar. Never been on it, I don't think, though. Menachem is here. Whoa, look at who graced our presence. I say that right? Who graced us with his presence. What's up, Menachem? Good to see you. Ruckus is here. Good evening, Sergeant Major. I was at 8411 for 2 years recruiting duty. Will definitely tip the scale to reenlist or separate. 2 years can be rough, right? Recruiting duty. Ruckus, look at you now, though. It's one of the toughest jobs in the Corps. You're either a hero or a zero on recruiting duty. Ruckus, am I right? Never did it. As a drill instructor, our sergeant major took us to RS San Diego because we talked so much trash about the recruiters not doing their job and sending this piece of crap. And what are the recruiters doing over there? They ain't doing nothing. They're surfing every day. We spent 3 days. Granted, we were drill instructors and we were on our break. That's not what we wanted to do. Whole new respect for recruiters, spending 3 days with them. So I'm glad you survived it. That ain't easy. All right. Is your daughter a medical major? No way. She's going to get some. She's not saving lives. She's taking lives. But no, not medical.
Easy there.
Kaiser, would you do USMC high school JRTC schools like retired E9s? I see those videos. I did, and it was pretty cool. It wasn't enough for me, but it is cool. You still shoot, move, communicate. You're training teenagers not to be Marines, just to be responsible young adults. So very necessary. We got some very, very soft kids nowadays, entitled, right, glued to their phones. So JRTC was very cool. And ROTC just a step up, a huge step up. ROTC compared to JRTC doesn't compare. ROTC is amazing. What A&M game are we going to? We're trying to figure that out, Joshua. You know how our schedule is. Look, as you can see, we're on the road again. Where's JTB? Did he show up yet? Where's he at? Been looking for you, JTB. We are on the move. Oh, Carl said he's not at home. You saw that? He'll check when he returns.
Same, it's just taking me so long.
JC Ramirez, would it be smart to try and become a Marine officer after my National Guard contract with the Army? I'm about to start college this fall. Yes, and yes, 100%. Yes, let the Army pay for it. You're going to be National Guard contract. Is that enlisted or officer with the Guard, National Guard? But you're going to be going to college while you're National Guard. So yes, see the see the officer selection officer at your local Marine recruiting station. He's not there. He works out of a different office, but ask to speak to the officer selection officer. And yes, it would be smart, 100%. Give me night and day from the National Guard. So be prepared for that. Richard Bridges, what's up, Richard? 26-year niece recently graduated from A&M. Dr. Lopez, that's awesome. Congratulations to her. Tell her we said gig 'em. Menachem, how's been, Sergeant Major? What have you been up to? You are on the move, Menachem. Yeah, we are. We're waiting for the dust to settle. Where's Lake Cook? He ain't never gonna settle. Lake Cookie's on vacation as well. We're gonna try to link up here very soon. More school. I've been doing a lot of schooling, Menachem, to answer your question. OSHA, all kinds of OSHA training. I'm telling you, OSHA BOSHA. It's an industry that has been untapped, I'm guessing, for years. But it's awesome. Getting certification after certification and just moving up. We just went to out in the middle of nowhere and taught the senior center CPR class. We certified them CPR. And these are people in their 60s, 70s, and 80s. One of the guys had great grandchildren, 11 of them. But it was great training. Then we taught them defensive driving. It's a great industry. That's what I've been up to. All right. Enlisted National Guard, Ramirez. Yeah, absolutely. While you're in the Guard, go to college, get your degree, and then commission in the Marine Corps. 100%. Good on you. That's a great path. National Guard, certain states pay 100% tuition for state university or state community college for Guard members. Ramirez, you see that? If you didn't already know that, from WW. He is a Chief Warrant Officer 5. Yes, those unicorns that we don't see, we have a real live CW05, CW5 Army. National Guard will pay for it. Awesome. Are you getting into a trade field? It's safety, Menachem. That's really all it is. So the businesses that we assess and teach and monitor are everything. We went from, we inspected an Amazon site to a YWMCA to just wherever. Everybody needs safety, right? It's pretty amazing. Here's from Ruckus, who is prior enlisted, now Air Force officer, captain. Ruckus says, wait until you're in the IRR and complete your enlistment to the National Guard, or you'll have to send a conditional release packet up your chain of command. Ramirez, you catching that? Solid information here. I love this. This is great. Thank you, Ruckus. So there's ways, more than one ways to do it. Husaful, did you use night vision in combat? Every day. Yeah, night vision is uncomfortable at times. They're getting more and more comfortable. But yes, and that's something you do got to practice to learn how to get used to that. JP, make sure you and the producer keep me posted when you're going to College Station. Me and my family want to join this fall, winter. Need my kids to see their futures. Yeah, I got some words for your kids too, by the way. All right, you better see a high and tight on the boy, and a yeah. I got you, JP. You'll know. You let them know. Better burpees. Get them doing some burpees. I don't care if they're 1 and 3. How old are they? How old are they? You better be doing some burpees. 3 pull-ups, the minimum. And plank, you better be doing a 3-minute, 45-second plank. I ain't playing. All right. William, hoorah. When they're going to do some update on the UCMJ. What updates do they need to do? Close, 4 and 1. I was close. 4 and 1. What did I say? 1 and 3? They're 4 and 1. So yeah, minimum 3 pull-ups. We'll give them a 2-minute plank. And burpees, all of them. William, that's a good question. When are they going to do some updates to the UCMJ? Do you know still in the UCMJ you can be flogged to death in the UCMJ? So maybe they need to update that, unless they're still going to allow that. That means stoned to death. What the? You see USMC 5812? He's about to get blocked. Go Longhorns, hook 'em. Oh, I can't even believe I said that out loud. TU. Are you a TU fan? We know the deal. We got some Longhorns. They're upside down, and they're sawed off. Did you go to Texas? 5812, you got someone at Texas? JP, my daughter's doing wall sits, and when she acts up, of course. Electric chair. Did you introduce her to the electric chair yet? That's no fun either. Right? Don't make the band hammer come out. 5812. Just kidding. We love everybody, even if you accidentally wrote that. Even if you mentally had a lapse in judgment. Is that the hand slap? You know that's a hand slap. You got to. G-Money, 5812. What exactly is that? I was at 5811. Yeah, I was wondering too. Still an MP, I'm guessing. What's the 12? 5811 is regular MP. What is the 12? Why don't they make the SEAC rank E10? I'm glad they don't. Even the Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps, I'm glad they never made that an E10. Weird though, because the officers do go to O10, so why wouldn't they? That's a good question. I wouldn't be mad if they did, right? The senior enlisted, right? Because he technically, even the Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps, technically is senior to every single Sergeant Major. So why wouldn't he be an E10? That's legit. I wonder if it's ever been discussed. I never even heard of people talking about it. And that was the great thing about being a Sergeant Major. When you were pissing somebody off, it was fun to say, they're not going to make me an E10. So yes, you're going to hear everything I have to say. So maybe if they added an E10, I wouldn't be able to say that anymore. Sand pit in the backyard for grandkids, up and down. William, love it. School rank, bald eagle with 4 stars. Bald eagle with 4 stars for the SEAC. Once you're done with boot camp, do you still have to exercise weekly or monthly? The weight experience, great question. Once you're done with boot camp, do you still have to exercise weekly or monthly? Can anyone answer that? Weight experience, that kind of goes with my last bullet. That, man, I'm way behind on time here, but what makes a Marine go to minimum regs, right? That's going to be my bonus question at the end. And here's the answer right there. Who said that? Hell yeah. Guys, we're hell yeah. Daily. Hell yeah. And yeah. Yes, 100%. That's part of the problem. Daily. Who said weekly? Daily. Daily. Marines need a PT daily. And that's what boot camp is designed to do. It's 13 weeks is not enough time it's just enough time to teach you all the things you need to do on your own once you leave boot camp. So 13 weeks, they introduce you to tons of things and they give you the wave tops. Your requirement, right? Your responsibility after that is to take everything they gave you in boot camp and continue it and make it even better. If you didn't get a 300 in boot camp, 300 PFT, you should work your whole career to get that 300, right? If you shot sharpshooter, they taught you how to shoot, they taught you everything you know. Now it's up to you to improve that. 1% better every day. You should leave boot camp trying to get 1% better of what you just of yesterday every single day. So and that but that happens. Funny you ask that because people don't, right? And they started on their 10 days leave. Then they go to MCT and they kind of another wake up call because they're going to get PT again. You're hiking the mountains. You're getting thrashed all over again. Then they go on leave after that, go to their MOS school. And if they have a chill MOS or admin, some kind of place that isn't intense, isn't always in the field, then they lose it even more. They get like freshmen in college, get that freshman 15. If you haven't heard that, that's they gain 15 pounds because you get into that college mode, right? You just left high school. If you played sports, ROTC, you did JRT, you did one of those things, you get to college and you don't work out a prominent schedule that's going to help you get better every day, you're going to gain weight. That's what happens to these Marines that go to minimum regs. All of a sudden they're sweating weigh-ins. They're sweating a PFT or a CFT because they got to get on the scale. You wouldn't have left boot camp if you were overweight. So what happens to Marines with that transition period of being in training to the Fleet Marine Force? Now you're full-fledged Marine. You're solo. You do whatever you want. Why don't Marines get better when they leave boot camp? And some do. Some absolutely do. Most do, right? Not all, but most. What happens to the ones that don't? Right? They don't have a drill instructor waking them up, a combat instructor at SOI. They don't have their instructor at their MOS school on them, telling them exactly what to do every day. That's on you. That's that self-discipline that you have to find and enhance and improve daily. Leadership traits, leadership principles. That's why they're written everywhere, all over your company office. They should be. Anyone have stairs in their building, in the air wing, you see it a lot. Leadership traits painted on each step. Those are reminders from boot camp. So what happens? Look, you got me going into the last topic, supposed to be later. What makes a Marine go to minimum regs? And those same Marines are going to be like, well, it's within regs. Those low zero to stupid haircuts, right? The outer regs mustache, the boots bloused horribly, right? No undershirt. Those minimum reg Marines. When does that happen? When does that happen? Stop it. All right. Let me go. Let me go back up. Let me go back up. All right. Motivation. Motivation, JP. Where does that motivation go? And in in the comments of one of the shorts I just did recently, that's what a lot of the answers were. They were that those Marines lose their motivation, right? Hanging with the wrong crowd. That old saying, show me who your friends are and I'll show you who you are. Show me who your battle buddy is. I'll tell you what your future is going to be. It's such a cliche and you see it all the time, right? A new Marine checks in, he's moto, high and tight, cami starched. We don't even starch him anymore. Everything awesome, always early. He's not on time, he's early. This Marine is just the epitome of a Marine, straight out of school, SOI, MOS school, hit the fleet, ready to go. And then his roommate is the bird. You know the one, again, with the low regs, outer regs mustache, zero to stupid haircut, right? That Marine is his roommate. And he starts to wear off. So you have to choose your battle buddy wisely. As your roommate, he has to be moved. Probably not. Not everybody's going to love their roommate all the way through, right? But it's up to you now. That boot just got here, right? And you're going to be treated like a boot. The first year sucks. First couple of years sucks. Doesn't mean you can't still lead by example, right? You're a boot. I'm a boot. He's senior lance corporal. Senior, really? Why is he a senior lance corporal after 4 years? So still lead him by example. Talking to this dude the other day, civilian. We was talking about fitness, and he's like, "Wow, man, you look good for your age," and all. He gave me that old man thing, but I was like, "Just bro, lead by." He said, "I want my kids to work out. I want my kids to go to church. I want my kids to." You don't just have to tell them. You just got to do it and show them by your example. It's not always the conversations you have. It's what you do by example. Going to church, right? That's by example. I tell all of you all the time. It's not. I don't have to wake my kids up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We're going to church. Oh, I don't want to go. They're at a stage. They go whether I'm there or not. That's the example that any branch of service, any business you go into, you're leading by example. You don't say do just like me, right? In fact, when Marines would tell me I'm going to do more pull-ups than you, I'm gonna be just like you one day. No, I don't want you to be like me. I want you to be better than me. It's what you want to do with your path, your career, your book. Don't let anyone write your book. You're the author of your own story, each chapter to include the ending. You start letting other people write your story, it's going to go in a direction that you don't want to go. Why are you doing it? To make friends? You want to be cool? That's what happened to me. As soon as I got to Okinawa, the cool thing was to go out to Kinville, spend all your money. And I don't want to be left out, right? I had that FOMO, fear of missing out. And I wanted to fit in. I was a boot PFC, just got to the island. I wanted to hang out with the cool kids. Luckily, that only lasted for about 4 or 5 months, and I was broke and always hung over and wasting money till I got a roommate who was that AJ squared away dude, high and tight. Everyone made fun of him. He was drinking protein shakes and gym dumbbells. All that dude was awesome. Right? Convinced me one day. He said, "You're broke. Good. Come with me to the gym. You can't go out in town. You have no money. You're not getting a cab. You're not even going to be able to buy yourself one of them chicken legs at Gate 2 Street. You're going to go hungry. Come with me to the gym. Give me a shaker bottle full of something." Boom. Open my world up. The gym is free. And there's 2 gyms on Camp Hansen at the time. So we go to one, do one exercise, and run to the other one. And from running from one to the other, go to any Marine base. There's pull-up bars everywhere. Chow hall, post office, barracks. He led me to every single pull-up bar on the way to the second gym. Saved money, got in shape, whole different aspect of the Marine. The Marine Corps changed for me on that day. So show me who your friends are, and I'll show you what your future is going to be like. Simple as that. What happens? What makes Marines go to minimum regs? Totally threw me off, way off my path. See what you guys did? Got on my footlocker right there. All right. Let me catch up. I want to join the Marines. I want to join Marine recruitment. Will you help? I can't help you join the Marines. You need to go see a recruiter. Remember, that's one of the jobs I didn't do. I was never a recruiter, but they got all the answers. See more than one, right? And tell him exactly, him or her, what you want to do, when you want to go, and be persistent. Lou Perkins, what's up, Lou? Good to see you. Good evening, sir. Hope all is well with you and your family. My eyes are glued to the Middle East. Always, I don't glue them to the stuff like that anymore because we have so much going on. It's called what? Doom porn is what that's called. I get in those modes where I do over and over watch story after story after story, get so consumed in it, you forget what else is going around you. Be aware of it, right? One of my man rules, be able to talk and speak intelligently in a group about it, but don't let it consume you. Ruckus, good advice right there. Sit down with every branch of service. You can get all the information you can so you can make an informed decision for yourself. Very biased. You ask me any questions, I'm going to be pro-Marine 1,000%. How do you say that? Not embarrassed to say, unapologetically. But you can ask my daughters. Even USMC Cece joined in 2017. I asked her multiple times, check out the Air Force, check out the Air Force, check out the Air Force. In all the branches. Same. I'm with you, Ruckus. That's solid advice. Check out all the branches of service. What if you want to go into medical? Marines don't have it. So find out what each service has. I will warn you this, the Army is going to throw the world at you. So make sure you get every bit of it, right? They throw bonuses. You can go to boot camp your junior year of high school. Tons. They have so many other programs. Ask them, what else you got? What else you got? What else you got? What else you got? But make sure you join the branch that you want to represent. Great advice, Ruckus. Guys are the ones who noticed, the ones who always failed everything, the ones who always got on limited duty on purpose, made excuses every time. Unapologetic. Sorry, not sorry. Amen. G Money. That's me. Sorry, not sorry. And I'm biased. I'll be the first to admit. Ed Creedon, what's up, Ed? Good to see you. All right, we're a little past the top of the hour. Let's do some house cleaning. Good to see everybody. Look at those emoji. What'd I say? House cleaning, housekeeping. Let's do some housekeeping. Check out the merch store if you haven't recently. This is my favorite. I'm still waiting on a green one. I ordered it a long time ago. Can I get a green with gold writing? Write that down. Check out the merch shop, SFMFmerch.myshopify.com. She just said I got to pay for it. I'll pay for it. If I can get it, I'll pay for it. Yellow, whatever that color is. I just like saying gold because that's my Marine Corps color. It's gold to show the world that we are bold. There's some cadence for you. Check out the merch shop. Summertime, t-shirts, get them while they're hot. Stickers. Is there a bundle? Did you put the bundle on there yet? We are making it happen. Like and subscribe if you haven't. I'm terrible at asking people when people say, I see you, I recognize you, you do that one. I'm like, yeah, what's up? Take a picture. I never ask if they're subscribed, if they like anything on it, what would they like to see more. I'm just excited to see someone that watches the channel. So like and subscribe, share with your friends. Let's continue to build. You see the knowledge that has been passed through here in 1 hour. Unreal. This is awesome. JP, time to tuck these kids in, brother. Burpees. Make sure you do some burpees before they hit the rack. They'll sleep better. Thank you, brother. Always great to see you. And I'll let you know next time we're gonna go. Ooh, when is the TU game? So we can saw off them. Oh, it's in. Is it at A&M this year? Yeah, they alternate, right? Let's check out that game. I don't know. Good night, brother. JP, thanks for hanging out. A lot of Marine vets went on to find biker clubs. Facts. I've seen a lot of Marines do that. Marine Corps League. I'm a life member. I like hanging out with them. I love talking to the old timers. 5812. We might not agree on schools, but we agree on some Whataburger. Oh yeah, Whataburger. And we do. We love Whataburger. When we first went over there, we were introduced to the mushroom Swiss. They didn't have it for very long, but it was delicious. We like Whataburger. Our ultimate all-time favorite, of course, in Texas is what? What do you think it is? What's the first thing he says? Brisket on the board. What's the first one he says? Fresh. Is that what they say? Yeah. Fresh. Got a fresh brisket on the board. Love some Buc-ee's. It's in A&M this year. Yes. JP, let's check it out. There's a link, everyone, if you haven't seen it, from the producer, sfmfmerch.myshopify.com. It's some hot products still there. Whataburger. Buc-ee's. Guns. I'm telling you. Here's my issue with Whataburger. We do like it. We enjoy it. And everything's fresh. But why does it take them so long? And we thought it was just a one by our house for a little while. But I think they all, because it's fresh. So if you're in a hurry, don't go to Whataburger. But it is good. Is that a clickable link?
I don't know.
We still don't know. And membership. We're going to go back to Wednesday live members only late next month. We're still our Wednesdays are jam packed right now, so we're not. As you can see, we're even on the road currently right now. So it's not. We're not going to go members live Wednesday for a little while, but that's what one of the benefits of being a member. Buy me a coffee. That's how you go. No, all right. Patreon or merch shop or super chat, whatever you can do to help out. How about that? We are moving and grooving. Absolutely. Why don't we? Nobody? Doing great. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. We are past the top of the hour. All right. Advice for active duty. That's our second topic. First topic, we talked about mental prep. We're going to talk about that again in a little bit, but mental prep for everything you're getting ready to do, not just going to boot camp, your MOS school, SOI, MCT, getting married, saving money, all those things. You got to be mentally prepared. And you ask me the best way to mentally prepare that, pray on it. Talk to God, ask the questions, open up your heart, and find he'll guide you 100%. He always got the right answer. May not be on your time. It's always on God's time, who's never early, he's never late, always on time. That's the mental prep. Advice for active duty is our number 2 topic today. Advice for active duty Marines. And your best opportunity as active duty Marines as soon as a Marine checks in, right? That's the on board. This is what we do. You're going to be in this shop. You'll have your platoon sergeant come over. He's going to pick you up first. We'll get you checked in. Here's my advice to you. It's something as simple as that. Again, looking back, I wish as a platoon sergeant, all the way up company gunny, I wish I would have said those exact words. My advice to you, and I would never speak about any Marine specifically, even when a new sergeant major was taking over for me. Oh, well, this first sergeant sucks, and that first sergeant's good, and the CO. Never once would I badmouth anybody. Now, the solid Marines, 100%. Hey, you know what? Alpha Company got the best company gunny. This dude is on it. Definitely highlight the solid Marines for them to kind of maybe emulate and point other Marines to them. That if I didn't talk about you, there's a reason, but I would never name anybody by name in that aspect. So point is, I wish when new Marines checked in, I would have said, here's my advice to you. The gym is right around the corner. Go to base education, start your education, take some classes, see if you can get on for one class. If you don't have your thrift saving plans up to date, your REDs, emergency information, right? Get all that. Let's see all that stuff. Medical, dental. It'll be checked when the battalion gets checked, but get that Marine involved in it right away, right? So include that in here. Here's typically when we have formations. Here's typically when we go to the field. Here's typically when we go to the armory, right? Just give them a rundown. Check with your platoon sergeant. Check with your fire team leader, right? Get on, see who's doing the run for lunch bunch, right? The fat bodies, right? Help train the fat bodies. Help the Marines that need help in their MOS, right? To get your MCIs right now. Order all 5 MCIs for your rank if you haven't already. Just wish I would have given them more. So advice for Marines. I don't have any advice for the active duty right now. I do actually. I got tons. The premise of this is for you active duty guys, give advice. More advice, not welcome to Bravo Company. Here's what we do. We're going to get some and battalion PT once a month. No, here's my advice to you. So come up with something. As a leader, you should have a list, right? Lance corporals checking in, boom, corporals checking in, sergeants checking in. Have checklists like that. Staff sergeant just checking in. Have you done a B billet yet? Oh, okay, here we go. Which one do you want to do? I'll tell you what I know about these. Get the career planner over here. He's thinking about a B billet. Which one could he get? Here's my advice to you. Say those words to anyone checking in, officers checking in. Tell you, I would see the young lieutenants before the commander would, right? If they went somehow, some way, they got routed to his office. First question the colonel would ask, have you talked to the sergeant major yet? And if they said no, he tells them, get the hell out and go see the sergeant major. And then here's advice. Here's some advice for you, lieutenants, right? Everyone needs that advice, whether they heed it or not. It's up to them. You've put the ball in their court, right? The old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Sometimes you got to make him drink. I'll force someone's head in the water to make him drink, because when I'm done, it's you have all the tools. You have the tools to succeed. Whether you do it or not is up to you. I'm going to babysit you, but I'm going to give you everything I got. All right. Advice for active duty. Right? That's the title of it, but that's for leaders to give advice to those Marines. Junior enlisted, stack up your money. Stay out of the BX for the 1st and the 15th. Oh, to what?
It's a double comment after mine.
Sorry. 2TV. TTV football. TTT football fanatic 88. Hey, boss, I'm not sure if you remember me, but I messaged you back in December because I was worried about marching my platoon in a parade. Now I'm working on being a young Marine Lance Corporal and marching my platoon in another parade on the 4th. You helped me so much. Just feel more confident about myself, capabilities. Thank you so much. Semper Fi TTV football fanatic 88. That's what it's all about, brother. Thank you for sharing that with us. Confidence and bearing. That's it. You got it. Keep going. Lance Corporal. Marching the platoon. Setting the standard, right? Leading by example. That's how you got to do it. Don't talk the game. Don't talk the talk. You got to walk the walk. All right? 1% better every day. Thanks for sharing that with us. Keep getting after it. All right, let me get caught up. What a great accomplishment from the producer and to represent your unit, the Corps, and country. Speaking of which, saw Color Guard this weekend. Motivated Color Guard. 2 Lance Corporals were the rifle, left and right riflemen. Color Guard, Color Sergeant was a sergeant. The other color bearer was a corporal. Females, the color bearers were female. You already know how I watch Color Guards. I can't not watch a Color Guard without picking it apart. First thing I look at, just so y'all know, if their harnesses are aligned, easy ones. These are just easy visuals that even non-military people, and they're in dress blues. So right away, they already got the wow factor. Looking sharp in their blue dress uniform. Colors, bunch of civilians. Next thing I look at is the height of the American flag. We all know that's a mistake a lot of times because sometimes they're different heights, the Marines. So sometimes the Marine Corps flag is, and it could be, I'm telling you, a quarter of an inch higher than the American flag. That's wrong. These ones, this weekend, solid. Whole color guard was solid. Weird place to be doing it in outdoors. The wind wasn't too bad. And they had one movement, right? Left turn, face, left turn, exit stage, left. But it was good. It was solid. Just the motivation factor, leading it. The color sergeant was loud, right? Loud enough, no mistakes. The rifleman could have been a little sharper. They were Lance Corporals, but they could have been a little sharper. The left rifleman was looking as it should all be by sound. So he was looking away because it's different because they were both that, one was at left shoulder, one was at right shoulder. So the counts are a little different for left shoulder than it is right shoulder. So he's got left shoulder's got to wait a minute for the right. So he was watching to see his hand instead of doing it by repetition and counts. But again, who would notice that, right? Besides me. So it was good. If any of you are on here tonight, because I did talk to them before they went on, they look great. It was good. Motivated. I told him, I left saying this. I'll be watching you. I'll be watching you. Huh? I'm not kidding. I'm not. I did. That's what I told them. All right. Can we get some old cadence? What would make you think I know old cadence? I put a big body Marine to take BJJ with me, lost weight, fast and passed, never failed anything again. That's what it's all about. Brother, nice work. Take advantage of the mess hall. Take advantage of the mess hall. Ruckus, nailed it. Save money, right? And check this out. Ruckus before, they used to take, it's a much better system now, but when I was a boot, they took money out of your paycheck, right, for all 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They deducted money out. We didn't sign in. We didn't have to show it. We didn't even have the cat cards back then. So here's how, when somebody explained it to me like this, bro, you're already paying $5 for lunch. So when you go to McDonald's at lunch to get that $5 Happy Meal, it's actually costing you $10 because they took $5 out, and you're paying $5 out. You're paying double for every meal that you purchase, not in the chow. I know it's not that way anymore, thank God. So you only get charged if you use it, something like that. But then once I got married and learned even back then, they didn't, brown baggers, they gave me money for chow. But a lot of times the chow wouldn't take cash. So until they figured that out, so as a brown bagger, as a married Marine, I would eat in the chow any opportunity I got. But still, even today, it makes a lot more sense to eat at the mess hall. Saves you money. In the long run, saves you money. Motivated, dedicated, going down to Yorktown, 4th of July. What's in Yorktown? Where's that? Pennsylvania, Virginia? All my future officers out there, once you commission, everything is out of pocket. Good advice, brother. Use the chow hall. Use the mess hall. Definitely commissary. Gas on base. Everything. Chow tastes better than McDonald's. Love the chow hall. Absolutely love it. And yeah, you ain't getting no $5 Happy Meal anymore. So use the mess hall. Use the mess hall. Absolutely. Shout out to the cooks too. How'd you like to cook for 10,000 ungrateful Marines every day? Who's our cook on here? Oh, John McJunkin and crew. Bob. Yeah, where's our cooks at? Where's our cooks at? If you were totally broke years ago, you were always guaranteed a meal at the chow hall. Yeah, so, when it was close to payday, chow hall was packed. That was it. You had no more money. DP, yep. 07 to 15, they took a few dollars out for lunch. I always ate breakfast there and took hard-boiled eggs with me and eat throughout the day. I'd always try to take a Pop-Tart or something. I wasn't eating right back then, but I always try to take some chow with you. Terry Ski, great nephew, finally got home from Marsoc, depressed, and repaired thigh bone. Remember, that's right, he broke his thigh bone. Would have graduated 100% total. He would have graduated 100% total disability. Man, that's tough. Glad he's okay. Glad he's home. Man. Were you ever in Camp Pendleton? A few times. Pendleton is home away from home. Love that duty station. Get a Costco membership. Gunny East, solid advice. Cheapest gas around. Get a tube of ground beef, bag of rice, all you need. You have a case of tuna fish, right? You're right. You can do it right. Top ramen, right? Still, I remember how many schools did I live off top ramen to save money. All right. Okay. Okay. Next topic. The mental part of post service. Post service is kind of it's just a different way to say prepare to get out. But it's more than just preparing to get out. You prepare to get out because you're looking for a job, right? You're doing your medical, you're doing your dental. If you have kids, you're finding schools. Where just back up, where are you going to live? If you're married, whose hometown are you going to, or are you picking a new state altogether? All that is the physical prep for getting out of the military. Your job has a big part to do with it. But just the mental aspect of when you PCS to a new duty station, you're instantly given housing. Chow hall, we just been talking about. You're instantly given friends, right? May not realize it right away, but you're put in a platoon with fellow platoon members, right? You already have a boss. You have a training schedule. You're going to know what you're going to be doing every single day. All of that is, especially if you lifers out there, you actually kind of take it for granted, right? PCS, new duty station. All you got to do a new duty station. If you have kids, find schools for them. If your wife works, find a job for your spouse. That's really the two biggest things. Are we shipping the car? Are we driving? How you getting there? Are we flying? Those are a few decisions you have to make when you PCS, right? And you check out the unit you call the first sergeant, depends on what rank you are. You do a little research, but everything else is going to be provided for you. You get a new doctor, you get a new dentist, right? All that stuff is just pretty much handed to you. When you get out, none of that stuff is handed to you. You don't get instant friends unless you're going back home. And even then, your friends are a little different. No, I take it back. Your friends are exactly the same. You're different. That's a mental aspect that we just don't prepare people for well enough, in my opinion. I wasn't going back home, but I was going to an area I was comfortable with. But that place doesn't have, I can't just go to medical. I can't call doc, right? I can't just go to base education and say, hey, I want to take some classes. You can't go to dispersing if your pay is messed up. It's just a completely different big world, and they're all civilians, so they talk funny, right? They're not speaking the same language as you. Hey, where's base education? What base? We're not on base. I'm sorry. What? Everything is just different, and mentally, it can hit you in an area that you're just not used to. You speak a different language. I don't care what branch of service you're in, and how long you did 4 years in the Navy. You get out in the civilian world. Not bad. Nothing wrong with it. It's just not what you're used to. And 4 years is still is a life-changing 4 years. So the mental aspect of it, again, with today's technology, I can't stress it enough. Find out the area you're going to, see what it looks like now. Google Earth it, see what it looks like. And if you're going back home after 4, 8, or 20 years, things are going to look different. Businesses are different. People are different. So the mental aspect, and unfortunately, there's not just a book you can read. Okay, yep, now I'm mentally prepared. So these are things, go to that area. Take a weekend, take a 96, take some of your leave that you've been saving up before you get out. Go to that area. There's just so many. There should be a book with a checklist. Great idea. Exit strategy checklist. Have you done all these things? You're not going to do them all. You're not going to need to do them all. Some people have a job lined up as soon as they get out, as soon as they retire. That was me. So I thought life was great. I retired, had a retirement party, went to a quick school to learn how to do what I was getting ready to do, and I was working a week later after retirement, after a lifetime in the Marine Corps. So you mean to tell me that it's just going to be a smooth transition? It was at first, but then it started hitting me. The civilian language the civilian attitude. The camaraderie is different with such a different community, especially when I've been in the same gun club for so long. It's different. How do you mentally prepare for that? Open your heart. Busy hands make a soft heart. Talk to the right people, right? Marines, men, right? Anyone with the ego, any alpha person, male or female, I got this. I got this. I ain't asking for help. I didn't even go to the doctor for 2 years after I retired to even start my disability because my ego got in the way. My pride got in the way. So mentally prepare yourself for after. You mentally prepared going in, and in fact, they enhanced your mental preparation in boot camp, basic training, OCS, wherever you start, in whatever branch. They work on your mental aspect of it. They don't work on your mental aspect when you're getting out. Told you, we talk about having no regrets, but one of my regrets is a hypocrite to tell leaders to do it now. When Marines were getting out, I dismissed them. Not rude, not untactfully, not unprofessionally, but check out, make sure you stop by and turn all your gear in, check the SIF, and, let me know when you're out, kind of thing. Such the wrong attitude. I'm embarrassed that's how I did, because I had the mission. I was going forward, right? And if you weren't in that mission anymore, you weren't going to make the next deployment, really can't use you. All right, make sure you give all your information to the squad leader that's taking over for you. No. Bro, come to my office, close the door. What are you going to do? Let's mentally prepare for this. Leaders, it's all leadership and leadership. And again, unfortunately, I'm not seeing this till years later. All right, so if I can get to the active duty, right now, the leaders on active duty, you can get to you know anybody on active duty. All these three things tied together: mental preparation before boot camp, advice for Marines. Let me give you some advice, devil dog. Here's what you need to look forward to. You're just getting to the unit. You're leaving the unit. You're getting out. Let me give you some advice. You don't have to take it, and it may not even be the best advice. Get a second opinion. Hey, you know what? A better person to talk to the regimental sergeant major. He did with something, whatever. He may know a little more about going into Raytheon than I do. But talk to him. Pray on it. Open up your heart. Mental prep, post, military. All three of those tied together. All right. It's my soapbox, my footlocker. That's a good mic. A good mic. DP, there's an adjustment, right? Civilians definitely move at a different pace than Marines. What's your opinion on everyone claiming disability? It's almost like a free ride. I disagree with it. DP, it's a great topic of discussion, the current amount of disability claims. Yes. Yeah, it definitely is a topic only because of time. That's what JLP always says, because of time. But I'm not happy with it either. Which one of you said I'm not happy with? You were I disagree with it. I do too. And here's why. It's just, I wish I did mine wrong, first of all, because I didn't do it for 2 years after. Right, because I didn't know, because I didn't think I needed it. I didn't want to take money away from son. So once I learned more about it, I was like, okay. And yes, doc, this does hurt, right? I was completely honest with every issue I was having. But along that journey, I did have Marines say, well, all you got to do is say this. All you got to do is say that. All you got to do. I said, well, it doesn't hurt. I don't have that problem. They're like, yeah, but if you want, it rubbed me the wrong way from the get-go. And I have some very good friends that were telling me, all you got to say is, I said, so lie to them. Right. It wasn't until, and we had her on here on the show before, Candace, she said, what your problem is, you're describing like my neck, for instance. I can't turn my leg all the way to the left. But when the doctor told me to, I did. Hurt like hell, but I did. She said, just describe what's wrong when it does hurt. If it doesn't hurt today, just so it's completely honest with all of it. What you are seeing now is people know what to say. Not what's wrong with them. They know the right words to say, which I disagree with that as well. I'm with you. And it does seem like, yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it. Well, are you getting better? Are your ailments being taken care of? And I firmly believe you went into the Marine Corps 100%, or they wouldn't have taken you. So the military, the government should do the best they can to get you as close to 100% physical when you get out, and mental when you're out. So it is a fine line, and it's hard to kind of watch. Gunny says, I think it's crazy that there are people out there coaching people getting out. How to get 100% after 4 years is maybe not even deploying. Coaching, getting cut of the pay. It's sick. So those who straight up know for a fact are defrauding the government. Absolutely. And it is happening. And there's other people making money off it too, that just like Gunny's talking about. Hey, I can help you. Pay me to do your claims. I'll get you 100%. But yes, I get a cut of that money. It's going to cost you. You're going to pay me to get you 100%. You're going to receive 100% payment the rest of your life. You're going to, yes, I 100% don't agree with any of that. The question is, how do we fix it? right? Just one, that's between you and God. First of all, if you're lying about all this stuff, and I think some of those videos that we saw recently, that one female Marine boot camp, whatever, I don't remember the whole story, but that's all the comments were. She joined to claim that she joined to get kicked out and claim, mental whatever to get 100% disability. So in her perfect world, she'll do like 2 years in the Marine Corps, get 100% disability for the rest of her life. So there's got to be a better way, more investigation. People are going to start getting busted for fraud. Maybe, I don't know. I've heard one person, and I didn't. Did we read that story? That guy was a fitness king, right? Didn't you tell me about him? 100%. He was 100% PNT. He opened a gym. He was a trainer. He was a physical trainer. Opened a gym, 100% PNT, and he started posting online all these. I mean, he was jacked, personal trainer. He got. I don't know what the outcome was, but he had to pay it back. He had to pay a big fat lump sum back because he was, again, claiming these things. We're trying, and I'm telling you, I've heard people actually like growing their beard out and going to their mental appointment, just look all jacked up, ripped shirts, stanking, so they can sell it better. Nope, you're gonna catch me doing any of that crap. I'm telling you what's wrong, and I'm gonna even sugarcoat it. That hurts a lot of the time, but not always. Ruckus, I suggest you take advantage of the Skill Bridge program and also consider going into the Reserve and National Guard to continue your career. No other part-time jobs I know of that you can retire from. Amen. 100%. Ruckus on fire. Stay in the reserves. Anyone getting out, stay in the reserves or guard. Either one. Stay in. Keep that ID card. You've earned it. Continue to use those benefits and the gym access, PXBX, commissary, and the Skill Bridge program. I got a buddy right now used it. I've seen it used, seen it in action. Beautiful. Skill Bridge program. You are still active duty, but you're going into an industry or institute or a business that accepts the Skill Bridge. 3 months. I think they just cut it down to 3 months. Used to be 6 months. First time I saw somebody use it. In fact, he was an Army captain. Was on Skill Bridge for 6 months at our business we worked at. 6 months. He's getting paid by the Army, working for that company for free, right? Because he's interning, learning the trades, getting his feet wet, and taking certifications. 6 months, still getting paid by the Army. When that 6 months was up, the business, as long as you do well, the business automatically hires you. So you're not going through that whole process after you get out. So on that day, congratulations, retirement from the Army. That money stops. Actually, you went on terminal. That money stops. You now belong to this business who's trained you for 6 months. So everybody wins. Everybody wins in that situation. Good advice, Ruckus. With benefits and keep your military installation access, commissary, PX, gym, all that. Airhead, good evening, Sergeant Major. 3rd Battalion, 11th Marines, Lima Battery, never reached out. Was I supposed to reach out? One more?
No, his first one was, I wish Staff and Seals reached out, and then he went to the bottom. I don't know if he's talking about when you exit.
Do you ever reach out to your Marines? Oh. So I got you. So you were 311, Lima Battery, check, right? You always got to say check to Artie guys. 11th Marines. Do you ever reach out to your Marines? Still keep in contact and all this online stuff. Give me money, Sergeant Major. Do you help your Marines? Yeah, absolutely. I want to say I could always probably do more, but yeah, I in fact, I have a Marine on here from boot camp. One of my recruits from boot camp. I have Marines on here from way back, Okinawa times. Do I reach out to enough of them? Probably not. I don't do Facebook, right? I have some Marines I served with that do follow, but I could always do more, and not enough. And when I tell you, I try not to be a hypocrite when I tell y'all buddy checks. Don't just, speaking of buddy check, David Bryant, we haven't heard from in a while. I texted and called him. So hopefully we hear from him soon. David, if you're listening, if we're in the shadows and you're listening in, we hope everything's all right. But Airhead, and if everybody can check Airhead's messages out. My issue with career Marines is you retire and you get your VA rating, but then you forget who you served with. So forgetting where you came from is another topic we like to talk about a lot. And I've seen it too many times where Marines have absolutely forgot where they came from. This was active. I worked with some retired Marines, right? An 06 who absolutely forgot where he ever came from. So that happens too. I have that issue with career Marines also. And then even the master gun sergeant majors, I got an open door policy. You know my feeling about that. Don't have an open door policy. That means you're in your office and you expect people to come to you, right? I would hang, especially in office, I put my cover, hang it up so it looks like I'm in my office, but I'm out. So if I lived close enough to where I worked on base, I would walk. You learn so much about Marines when you walk, no matter how far it is, right? Take someone to lunch, or you're going to lunch, you go walk to the chow hall. The conversations you can hear coming out of the barracks. You seriously learn so much more about your Marines. But then you got to figure, Airhead, on their defense, a senior enlisted got out. That transition is not easy. So one, they're trying to survive on the outside. And then, my last unit, I had 1,500 Marines. Can't keep in touch with all of them. You know what I mean? Is there a way? Again, I probably should go on Facebook, but I just don't. I don't do that. So that's good. You would think we are a family because we have the eagle and anchor, but that's not how it goes. It does. Airhead, I would maybe implore you. Have you joined a Marine Corps League or any of definitely join the Marine Corps League. You don't have to go to all their meetings. You don't have to be a part of it. You don't have to wear the red jacket and red hat unless you want to. But VFW, any VSO, Veteran Service Organizations, when we're traveling, when we're in Hawaii, I go to the VFW, go to the Triplet Army Medical Center, where the veterans stay, the Veteran Center. So that brotherhood of the Eagle, Globe, and Anchor, that sisterhood will never go away, right? I'm that guy, if I see an old man wearing a hat or a belt or a era, he's getting an era from me. So that will never go away. I'm trying to talk on both sides here. I don't expect, because I still hear from my regimental sergeant major, same thing on Memorial Day, the Marine Corps birthday, right? So it's everyone's got to be involved, right? I don't expect anyone to call and check on me, one of my old bosses. I do. I keep in contact with one of my old COs a lot. If I see him when we go to Texas. So it's up to the individual. You got to be willing to. It goes both ways, right? I don't want anyone to ever say, "Oh, Sergeant Major never helped me. He retired. Well, never." No, that's absolutely incorrect. I 100% would. Right? I'd drop everything to go help a Marine that needed my help. So it's interesting. Just ask you to. A pierced heart is the only open valve, right? Busy hand makes a soft heart. It's happy heart. What did I say? Safe? Soft. Oh, he said soft today. That's why I was a little offended. I'm not soft. I ain't no beta, but he kept saying soft heart. So Airhead, interesting, brother. And again, you're in the right community right here. I understand. I have not joined anything, but I want to. And Santee. I'd start with that. You're here for a reason. And I don't think it's about it. Clearly, we ain't here about the money. This is why we're here. That's a great topic. Appreciate you bringing that up and speaking so candidly, brother. That's if you feel that way. Again, I'm not trying to cover for anybody, and I will never take all the heat on that. But this is what this community is all about. If you've been here for the full 2 hours, this is what we do, man. This is what we do every Sunday. Members, we were doing on Wednesday, and we'll pick that back up. I do shorts. Always try to talk about topics that are I'm not getting promoted E10, right? We're talking about E10. I mean, I'm not getting awards. I'm not getting presentations. I'm not getting orders to somewhere great. I'm still waiting on my jump school orders. This is for us. we all need a little of this. Artillery mess your back up. Oh, you just joined. Wow. So you're active duty right now, Airhead. Airhead. He just said artillery messed my back up. You just joined our you just joined our channel. Appreciate you. You're here for a reason. What did you want? Simplify, Airhead. Yes, we are a brotherhood. That's it. I'm telling you, there's nothing like it. The camaraderie, the teamwork. It's sometimes it's inexplainable, but it is. Not like you need to go to the VSOs and talk to those old guys. I was just telling my buddy about a story. I was in the main PX at MCRD. I was a drill instructor, and again, feet hurt, headache, hauling ass. The senior probably told me, go get a drink, get out of the barracks for a minute. I was probably getting ready to choke somebody. He said, go across the street, get a freaking soda. So I'm flying, right? Shins burning, walks fast again. I get to the PX, there's a line, I'm waiting in line. All it got is a monster. I don't think we had monsters back then. I was getting a drink. It was a rip it, right? I was getting a rip it. I was standing in line, just irritated, wanted to hurry up and get it because my senior told me to. Right? I was a green belt, so I had to drink it and get back over there. And all of a sudden I hear, how do you clean that cover? And I turn around slowly, and it's an old Jarhead. I had a Jarhead hat and an Aloha shirt, and I said, my cover? So you're talking about my? He said, let me see that thing. How am I going to tell him no? Nobody touches my cover. Well, of course, I took it off. He said, I tell you what, back in my day, and he popped the little things out on the top. He said, so, and he gave me a class, and I just stopped, man. I was just like, let people go around us. I was just wasn't what he was teaching me. And I mean, in the back of my head, I ain't doing that. I ain't got time for that because it was an old school way. But just for him to take the time to tell me that story, I'm going to take the time to listen to that story. That was brotherhood. He was probably a drill instructor in 1940. You know what I mean? And just had some solid advice, whether I took it or not. And times are changing. I'm sure the covers are made out of something different. And then that's what he said. These are weak, soft covers nowadays. Back in my day, they wore. I was like, tell me more, sir. And amazing. I can't believe it. Put that thing back on. Now get to work. My point is that's a brotherhood, bro, decades and decades apart, removed. But I felt like I knew him forever. Right. That's something I'm guessing all the military has it. I think the Marines are a little extreme, right? Marines are fanatical. We had that bond. I couldn't wait to see him again. Never did. But the next one, or the next one and next one. And pretty soon I'm going to be that guy. I'm still not yet, if it's MPs at the gate and if I see, if the time is right, I'll never correct one or dog one or these low haircuts. I'll never do any of that. Active duty Marines. Staff NCO is a little different. Hey, brother, how's your Marines? Right? You got any problems with mustaches? You got any problems with females pushing the limit on their hair? Right? You got some to still wear the tight motivated bun era. Let me give you some advice. That's it, man. How simple is that? That's the only thing that didn't come out of that gentleman's mouth was, let me give you some advice. But that's what he was doing. Man, that's just solid leadership. He didn't know me. I was a Marine. But yet we were brothers. And that moment was awesome. I'm telling you, even felt better. Right? Took my time drinking my Rip It. In fact, took too long getting back to the house because my senior was like, where you been? So I had to get right back to work. But it was worth it. Absolutely worth it. Talking to this Marine, Devil Dog, Leatherneck, old Gyrene from way back. It was awesome. All right. Did I hit all my topics? I can tell how you speak. You have TBI. Maybe. Is that how I enunciate? Is that what you're talking about? Or just my motivation? TBI, just for those that don't know, is traumatic brain injury. And I may have bumped my head a few times in my career. RIMPAC is going on in Hawaii currently. Did you ever participate in a RIMPAC? I did. What year was that? RIMPAC. Yeah, I went to two. One one was early, like 06 or something, where we sat off the.
I thought it went in the spring.
We sat out. We one rim pack. I was with 7th Engineers. We sat off the coast of Waikiki for like 10 days, like close. Like you could see the Royal Hawaiian, you could see surfers, you could see the beach. Like they did it on purpose. We just sat there for like 10 days. We're pulling in tomorrow, pulling in tomorrow, pulling in tomorrow. We didn't pull in. We pulled in 10 days later. But when we got there, they did say, all right, be back on the ship in 10 days. So who knows the logistics of it. I was a young corporal, and it was fun. RIMPAC was cool. I did like training with the other services. I liked the whole MAGTAF experience of a RIMPAC. Everywhere we went was cool. Expand basic to 6 months. I agree with you, WW. And they just need more field time, more weapons time, more combat training. Right? I think there's enough time on the academics, but combat stuff, more McMap time. Right? They should leave there. Now they have to leave there at what is it? Tan is first. Tay, Grand, Green, Tan, Gray, Green. They should leave boot camp the second belt. You can see my brain injury. Is my head misformed? You scare me. Artillery did the same to me. When I focus, I can succeed. When I go on without a focus and purpose, on and on like you. So I kind of ramble. Is that what you're saying? It's called getting on my soapbox. I'm taking all that as a compliment, Airhead. Maybe I should change my name to Airhead. I got you. I see where you're coming from. You go on and on. I, in my defense, I got 2 hours to cover, and ain't nobody talking to me. So, Marine and Army National Guard website information. I'm with you, WW. Back to boot camp. Things should be longer. I think cost-wise, though, it wouldn't make sense for Marines because again, we go right to SOI, School of Infantry, right after. So it is a continuation. Just that leave in between there. And they're not going to ever, they keep trying to decrease the length of boot camp.
What's your thoughts on recon Marines?
Thoughts on recon Marines? Recon kicks butt. Recon's cool. Recon Marines are cool. I wish they would have never taken away snipers, but the whole reconnaissance mission is getting less and less necessary is my only concern. So when their reconnaissance, right? They snoop and poop and they gather information without getting caught, without being seen. They're beast mode, right? They are 100% jacked. Well, they're not. Your typical recon Marine is just fit, right? They're not always big Swedes looking dude, but they're just physically fit, mentally tough, 100%. But their mission is being taken over by, yes, drones, AI. So I'm a little worried that they're going to be already getting smaller. So, but what do I think of them? Love them. Absolutely love them. Every deployment I went on, we utilized them correctly. Right, I had some good commanders who knew how to use recon Marines. Did plenty of training with them. In fact, I think that one of the RIM packs we had recon was assigned to us when I was at 3rd Marines. So awesome. If you got what it takes, go for it. I don't like how you can enlist as a recon Marine. I wonder what the dropout rate is of that. Before you just had to try out for recon after you were enlisted, right? After you graduated, you were in, and for a while it was just combat arms, 03s. But as an engineer, I did the recon in doc way back just to see if I could do it. I didn't want to be recon at the time though. But I think they're beast mode. Got to watch them. I always had to watch my recon and my snipers. They try to get a little froggy with their high-speed boots, and they'd always have to have different gloves than everyone else, different glasses. And so the sergeant major, first sergeant and me always came out, made sure they were within Marine regs. They like those 0 to stupid haircuts, right? All that stuff, but they're good. We're upping our drone program with the recon platoons to stay relevant, smart. I hope recon never goes away. Yeah, after saying all that, I hope we never disband the reconnaissance Marine. I believe they're completely relevant, but it might get a little smaller. The community. Carrie Ann Marie Potts is here with 2 minutes till we land. Carrie Ann Marie Potts had some of your UK buddies here earlier. I told them you would join us, but you're late. Mark Hankins, did you visit Topsail Beach out the back gate? Topsail Beach. I don't remember. Where is that? What country is that in? Mark Hankins. It sounds familiar. Airhead wrestled a recon Marine, and years later I pinned a Navy SEAL as an artillery Marine. In the end, it doesn't matter. In the end, it doesn't matter. That's when I go into Costco and I look for the biggest, baddest dude. If I got to pin somebody, I'm pinning him first or her. DP, I did not familiar with it. I'm going back this December. Tell me about it. How's things across the pond? Carrie Ann Marie Potts, you watching the World Cup? You some World Cup fans? Are you a World Cup fan? Loving it. We've actually been able to catch the last couple. It's getting exciting now. Today was the first knockout round, the final 16, if you will. So these next or 32 to make it to the top 16. So every game they play now, lose and you're out. Lose and you're going home back to your own country. So they got to win. All right. Dio, did not familiar with it. Just drinking beer. Dropout rate is high. We have 50 0320 on contracts in my ITB class. 3 of us made it. No, out of that ITB, good on you. Awesome. What did India do to upset TBD? What happened? T. Oh.
Because USMC said they're changing it back to US PACOM instead of Indo-PACOM.
Oh, really? I remember when it changed. We weren't too happy with the change anyway. I don't even know what that means there. If I gift you,
just drinking beer.
Yeah. Oh, just drinking beer. Where is he? He will always disagree on the high-speed boats. Oh, haha. We will always disagree on the high-speed boots out of the rag haircuts. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. The producer said he must have served with me. Always disagree on the high-speed boots and out of rag haircuts. We'll leave it at that. Only because I'm out of time to even get into it. But that's a recon thing. That's the recon cool guy thing, and the no T-shirt, right? The no T-shirt is a recon thing. You wouldn't understand. You're not recon. I'm gonna get my blouse all stanky instead of wearing an undershirt because it looks cool. I won't start on you. Just drinking beer. Just drink another beer. And recon and snipers are lucky I wasn't Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps because we would have went 0 to 1 on the haircuts. T-shirts mandatory, 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 and no soft boots. Yeah, soft feet, and that's what you tell my recon guys. Really, you can't hike in these 0311 boots. You don't have what it takes to hike in the Marine Corps issued boots. You got to buy the Nikes and the zip ups and the soft and the purple ones. That's what I told them. As long as your gyms match your purse, you can get whatever boot you want. Gym. As long as your gloves. Did I say gems? As long as your gloves match your purse. Yeah, as long as your gloves match your purse, you can wear whatever boots you want. As long as they're tan is our rule. Yes, tan, and as long as they match your purse, you can wear whatever pair of boots you want. All right, Semper Fi Devil Dog Yut Yut, Allen's Cowboy stuff. Where's Lay Cookie? Lay Cookie was here earlier on, but he's on vacation. He's in the sand dunes. Oh, he was here earlier. G Money, great show. Sergeant Semper Fi. Have a great evening. All y'all, Semper Fi. Great, nothing but knowledge being passed. Nothing, great stuff, great questions, great feedback. Again, like and subscribe. Think about becoming a member. This is exactly what it's all about. Just, I'm telling you, brotherhood, sisterhood, camaraderie, any branch, any era, any gender, one of the two. I mean, it's just, you guys are amazing. Absolutely enjoyed it. 4th of July next week. Sunday, we'll be on next Sunday. Saturday's 4th of July. Celebrate safely but aggressively. Happy 250th to all y'all. Go America. And we'll see y'all soon. We'll see you real soon. We'll let you know about Sunday where we're going to be at. All right. Keep getting out.